Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. It is I, Ryan, aka the Ryan Man, coming hot off the presses from another recording because I'm pushing a bunch of this visual novel stuff out tonight to catch up on everything because I'm super behind on all this. And there's a bunch of games that I want to get back into, and there's another super load of games that people are waiting very patiently to see. Excuse me. So normally, I most likely I would have been done with Katawa Shoujo by now if I didn't go down to Texas. But work happens. I can't control it. That's called life. And I don't do this for a living. Be nice, but I don't. It's a hobby, really, just for the one or two people that actually watch this shit. So with that being said, I'm going to go right back into it. The last time we were here, we had a very lovely time out with Rin and Emmy. We had tea and cake. Well, Emmy ate most of the cake. I think I might have said a couple of things that made the FBI branch that was designated for watching my videos to make sure I'm not up to anything really shady might have had a laugh or two about it. Hey, if you guys are back, God bless you for giving me an extra 1 or 2 viewers per video. Like 90% of my viewers is the FBI. Oh, that'd be fucking funny. Oh, God, we had to go talk to the nurse again. I have a little less than an hour before I have to get to a meeting, so let's do this shit. The door in the nurse's office is open, which is unusual. I enter while knocking to announce my arrival. Looking up from his computer screen, he motions me to take a seat with a friendly hello. That man was playing Galaga. He thought I wouldn't notice, but we did. Steam wafts up from a piping hot cup of coffee on his desk. It's probably not his first today. How are you feeling on this wonderful morning, so? In case you forgot what horrible action I did for the nurse, thus eliminating any viewers I might have had in the beautiful country of Jamaica. I'm alright, I think. I was cold yesterday because of the rain, so I woke up feeling a bit groggy. By the way, I don't know if I ever told you guys the story on how the beautiful world of Jamaica healed my mother. I might have, but I am very forgetful, so y'all are going to hear it again. You see, years back, when my mother was in the hospital, she's fine now. Nothing to really worry about. But anyway, when she was in the hospital, she was feeling down, she was feeling very ill, very weak. None of us knew what was going to happen. And then my mother said one day, when she was sitting in bed, just waiting on news, any news, this tall black doctor walked into the room. Didn't say a word, just casually walked on over, took his hands out of his pockets, picked up my mother's chart, went over the whole thing in his head, looked back at my mother, back at the chart, and then he just had this big beaming smile on his face as he put the chart down, and the doctor said, "No worries, Mrs. H. Everything is going to be alright." And then he walked out of the room laughing like that. Yes, I! Today is going to be a great day! I swear to God, I swear on whatever you people swear by. That is what happened. And you know something? He was right. The power of Jamaica healed my mother that day. I swear that's a true story. It's one of my favorite stories to tell people. How Jamaica healed my mother. I will most likely end up saying that story again in the future because I love it so much and I have terrible memory and will forget that I actually told people this. Or I'll say it in another playthrough because not everyone watches this current playthrough. Not everyone's in the Katawa Shoujo. They don't have to be. And it's definitely a story that everyone needs to hear. It's right up there with how my grandfather nearly started World War III. But that's a story for another day if you haven't heard it already. Whew. You too, huh? Quite a few kids got caught without an umbrella. So we've been spending time handing out masks and curing sniffers. Alright. Today it's test day. Give me... Who the fuck is texting me? Oh, Maximilian, he's streaming. Maybe later. Oh god, what did I click on? What did I click on? What did I click on? I extend my left arm towards him, keeping my face expressionless, as I normally do. The nurse ties a rubber tourniquet around my bicep with a practiced movement, and briskly goes about his business. I don't think anyone really likes getting stuck with needles. Well, there are a couple of people that do, but they need a lot of help. But at least I got over my distaste for them. I had to. Now, I barely even twitch at the moment of truth. Once that's done, a blood pressure check follows. Then there's a checklist and questionnaires to go through. The nurse nods and scribbles in my answers to the questions as I give them. Alright, let's have a listen now. I unbuttoned my shirt and put it neatly on the back chair that I was using while he puts on his stethoscope. Now my heart... I know by heart the order of places where he's going to listen to my lungs and heartbeat. I adjust my breathing to be even and deep without even being asked. It's become routine now for both of us. It's funny. This is pretty much the only time in one's life where you really concentrate on breathing and nothing else. It always amused me. The nurse lifts the cold steel stethoscope from my chest and places it a few inches lower. Oh no. Listening again. The contact of the metal makes me flinch on reflex, even though I was expecting it. He furrows his brow, but I can't tell if it's because he's unhappy or if he's trying to pick something specific out among the complex multitude of irregularities in my heartbeat. Is there something wrong? Shut the fuck up. I shut up and become more anxious. The nurse is nice, but I can't help disliking these mandatory checkups. I wonder if I'm going to end up hating all medical appointments from now on because of these. He finally lifts the circular metal plate from my chest, allowing me to talk again. Everything seems to be fine. Are you feeling alright yourself? I suppose. I was out yesterday when it was raining, and yeah, I really felt a bit under the weather in the morning. Maybe I caught a cold? Were you with Amy? She came down with a cold too. My people told her to stay in bed for a day or two. You know for fuck that she's not going to. Really? I mean, I was with her, but I didn't know she got sick. She went off running in the pouring rain, dude. I guess it was a dumb thing after all for her to go out in the rain like that. You think? Yeah, well, let's put that aside. Everything seems to check out for you. But remember to be careful. Of course. I really don't want to go back to the hospital. He catches something. Maybe repressed terror? I don't know. In my voice, and glances up from some papers he was looking at. Don't worry, little brother. At this stage, it would take a huge crash in your condition to get you rehospitalized. It doesn't really reassure me, but grumbling about it to him won't make any difference. I quickly take my leave. You wanna know what nearly caused you to fucking die again, Hisao? It was the giant sex crusade you had in the last season. This is my shameless plug to go watch Season 2 of Rayman's Bizarre Adventures in Katawa Shoujo. And if you already saw it, fucking binge watch that shit again. Walking along the corridor from the auxiliary building to the main school building, I encounter a young female nurse coming from the other way. She smiles at me when we pass by each other. Was that little bit needed? Was that little bit needed? Was that one specific sentence needed to further the plot? You could have said you just went back to the main school. You actually got my hopes up a little bit, thinking there was going to be a new side character to fucking talk to, but no! The lobby is empty of people. No surprise, since classes are still going on. I hear muffled sounds of discussion coming from behind the first floor classroom doors. I glance at my watch. I'd have to rush to get to my classroom in time, and I don't feel like going to class anyway. I decide to climb up to the roof and have an extra long lunch break. Emmy promised she'd bring something for me today, but if she's sick, that's probably not going to happen. I'm not feeling hungry anyway, so it's all the same. By the way, I haven't forgotten about what Emmy did. I will still have my revenge. If not this season, then the next. If not that season, then the next. The climb up the steep stairwell to the roof is oddly liberating. Almost like losing weight. I feel satisfaction that doesn't win me as badly as it did the first time I came up here. Push open the squeaky door at the top and step into the sunlight. The chain link fence allows for a grand view over the treetops, all the way to the gray silhouettes of downtown further away. The dreary weather of yesterday is just a memory now. The silvery blue sky seems to be a mere arm's reach away. I forget for a moment that I'm in a bad mood. The warmth of the sun soaks into my bones, making me drowsy and lazy instead. The bells ring for our lunch break, startling back into reality. Soon afterwards, the quad below me bursts into life. Students pour out of the doors down on the ground floor, intent on enjoying lunch at the quad and the lush gardens in this perfect weather. By the way, I think I'd like to add in, I may not know much about Japanese culture or even its school cultures, but from my understanding, you're not allowed on the roof. They normally keep the doors fucking locked. So in case any of y'all were busy writing your little Japanese school fan fictions, I'm going to throw that shade in there. Just throw it in. You're welcome. When I hear the door to the stairwell being pushed open, I don't bother turning to see who it is. I, on the other hand, climb on top of the little stairwell on its rooftop, waiting for the door open so I can jump down and ambush them, because we all know who's coming. The intruder starts coming towards me with uneven footsteps. The little river stones of the roof is covered with rattle and crunch underfoot. The footsteps stop a few feet behind me, followed by a silence. Well, that's how you know that it's not Misha. I look upwards into the glowing eye of the sun, absorbing its warmth with my whole body. What are you doing? I turn around in curiosity at her first words, to behold the slim, awkward figure of Ren Tezuka. She looks very much like herself today, too. Her hair is maybe a tad messier than usual, as if she just got out of bed. She stands with her weight shifted onto one foot, looking at me with mild curiosity, as if I were something in a store display window. I don't know. Just spacing out, I guess. What about you? Emmy promised food. We usually eat here. We should have known that answer, but my boy's just trying to make conversation. I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed. I heard Emmy came down with a cold. Oh, I guess that makes sense. She wasn't in class. It's not that common to get a cold in June, though. You don't think she went running to the track afterwards like she said? The rain just kept going. Probably. In the rain? In the rain. On the rocks. Sorry, just made a random fucking reference to a Best Friends Zaibatsu playthrough. I think only Don's gonna get it. If he's even fucking watching. That sounds like a bit too much for just keeping up a training regime. Emmy is a hard-headed one, though, so I can see her running into a downpour just because she had to. I bet she's running away from her problems. Well, that's obviously overdoing it. Probably why she came down with that cold, too. But I guess it's kind of cool. Speaking of that, I'm not feeling well either. I Oh no. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that even for a joke. I just spit all over my screen. Hold still, Rin. Oh god, I'm sorry, Rin. Oh god. Oh no. Oh god, I swear this doesn't happen. I swear it's just the summer cold. Rin's. I am going to hell. Rin sneezes pretty hard, failing to stop it in time. She cranes her head down to wipe her nose on her shoulder. So deciding that would be too unladylike, I pull out my handkerchief and hold it to her nose. Here. Bless you. Thanks. Oh my god, that's the most adorable thing thus far. Oh, god. Oh, that's precious. Oh, I suppose that's her. So, thanks. I had to plug my nose for that line. She clears her nose, and I dab the handkerchief gently on it, wiping it clean. Her nose is really cute. Oddly enough, it's probably the girliest part of Rin's face. I think I'm blushing a little, but Rin doesn't notice. Thanks. I think I might be coming up or down with something, too. Like I was saying. I hope not. Rin doesn't seem to be bothered about eating. So despite the lack of Emmy-provided lunch, we stay up on the rooftop. She comes over and stands next to me, right up against the fence, looking in the same abstract distance as I am. Nobody else is coming around to intrude upon this calmness either. It's quiet and peaceful. What does one do on lunch break if not eat? No one told me we were getting philosophical up in this. It turns out that between the two of us, we really don't know. Fortunately, passing time is an activity that manages itself just fine. Even though there's no conversation to fill the silence between the passing seconds, no pointless activities like cloud gazing to spend upon the minutes between now and then, time marches on relentlessly. I keep checking the time on my watch, then decide it's a dumb thing to do. Instead, I try to hold out for as long as possible before I check it again. Maybe I can hold out for 6 or 7 minutes. Rin remains silent, idly looking up at the cerulean expanse below us. I wonder why, more often than that, we don't speak much. She said that she doesn't like speaking because of her perceived difficulties with expressing herself properly. I gotta check my Teams tab here just to make sure that meeting's not starting early. 2 seconds. And not yet. And as for me, I think I just got sucked into the habit at the hospital, where I spent such a long stretch of time never really talking to anyone. Most of the time I feel comfortable about this quiet mood. Even when I get the feeling that I have to break the silence, it's always so difficult to come up with something to talk about when it's with Rin. She and I are such different wavelengths that nothing seems to be on common ground. What is it that you like about the sky so much? She turns to me, her eyes dark and serious. Sky is the only thing that's perfect. I know it. You could say I'm an expert of sky if you wanted. And I'm even if you didn't want to. A sky expert. It's always different. But it's always perfect also when it's different. I follow her gaze up into the boundless blue expanse, thinking of her words. Have you ever wanted to be something different? It wouldn't be so bad to be the sky. At least it's a lot better than people say when I die I want to be reincarnated as the ground. No, I mean someone else, someone different. To go to a normal school like everyone else. Not have to worry about stuff. What stuff? I try and find the right words for a moment, but can't manage to form a sentence that I've been comfortable with actually using. Man, I don't really want to say it out loud. I will. Hisao says that he wants to be someone who's not considered a freak in normal society. There. Off everyone's chest. Now we can move along as a society. Try. I'm not so good at mind reading. Yet. Don't you ever want to not be disabled? She thinks about this and then shakes her head, frowning. That's a hard question. I don't know what to say. It's okay if you don't say anything. For some reason, I'm just so unsatisfied with who I am right now that I'm constantly thinking stuff like that. It's pretty hard to admit, but there it is. Honestly, I feel relieved about finally saying it aloud to someone, even if it's just Rin. Oh, the beautiful tender music's kicking in. I think I want to be different. Sometimes. I thought about changing myself lately, but it's a bit scary. Like walking backwards with your eyes closed. The difficult part is to know where your toes are not pointing. I mean, directions. Even if I don't do anything, I would never stay the same. It's like my old paintings. They're different than when I paint now, because I'm different. But they're still my paintings, so there's something same. That's really strange. I'm different every day. But I'm still me every day. Who am I then? Is that a riddle? If you want it to be. I don't know the right answer, though. So you have to come up with it yourself. Well, it's the sky, isn't it? Going by your definition just now. Did my boy, did my smooth ass boy just call her perfect? Hisao, my boy, my lad, that's not a high five moment. That is a come here and bro hug me moment. That was beautiful. That was fucking special. You actually, I'm not kidding. You actually fucking beat me to it. I was going to use that same line like I used on Hanako back when, saying, girl, you are perfect the way you are. And my boy found a beautiful poetic way of using it. Oh my god! Oh! My boy's got game. He may not have game, but my boy has game. It makes sense. It makes sense. Shut up. Think about it, because she said the sky is perfect. It's different every day, but it's the same. It's perfect. And then my boy Hisao was like, you are the sky. You're beautiful and perfect. You're different every day. You're something new, but perfect. Fabio can fuck himself. Maybe she had already forgotten about it. That's right. But I was thinking about myself when I said that. Very strange. Could it be I actually am the sky? I don't think that's possible. Your logic's a bit off somewhere. She looks down and shuts up, and I can see she's quickly going over the deduction mentally, seemingly unhappy with the result she finally arrives at. Yeah, maybe I'm not the sky. Would make sense. I have a hard time knowing what kind of person I am. You're not the only one. It's like my mind is in some other place than the rest of me. Join the club. Underwater. Yeah, I wonder how it got there. I have no answer. So a brief silence falls between us for a moment. I shift my gaze back to the sky above us. The last time I really paid much attention to the sky was... well, I guess it must have been at the hospital. I could only see a thin strip of sky from the window in my room. If I walked up to the windows and pressed my face against the cold glass, the strip became bigger, but not by much. That sky made me feel sad and lonely. A reminder of the world on the other side. I wonder if there's another world beyond the sky we see up from here on the school's roof as well. I can't stop comparing life at Yamaku to my hospitalization, but I really should. I'm not there anymore. The narrow sky from the window of my hospital room, the faces of the doctors, the faces of my parents, the off-white walls everywhere, and Wanako's letter, echoing the words she never said. They're things of the past now. I wish I could forget everything up until now, and that time would stop completely. It would be only me. Written in the sky. An eternal lunch break on this rooftop. Perfect. Unchanging. And forever. I'm not sure if I like or hate this school. I could have gone to a normal school if I wanted, but I chose to come here. Why? I just decided I would. Kinda like melon or plum jelly. Do you really think it was a good idea? I mean, there are a lot of good things about this school, but I think there are a few bad things also. I know. I kind of collect people. Because they are interesting. People here are amazing. Most of them, but not all. Some people can't take it. They hurt too much. It gets really bad sometimes, you know? They hurt. I wonder if you're like that too. I hope not. I don't like things like that. Hey, I'm not your case study. I'm not going to give up and die or anything. Anyway, I meant more that this place is too distant from the real world. What's the real world? Oh, it's a real crappy show. Everything out there. Real people with normal everyday lives that fit together like a puzzle. You don't think we aren't like that? Real people? Abort! Abort! Pull up, boy! Pull up! Pull up! Pull up! My boy went to smooth to shouting out Mayday! We are going down! You ever been with someone who said something really stupid and you out loud just leaned over and just like, pull up! Pull up! Maybe we are. Okay, no, we're fucking committing to this. Steady as she goes. Well, no, we are. I just meant that it feels more like we're the leftover pieces. Ren thinks for a while. Her almond-shaped eyes narrowing as she bites her lip a little bit like a child. Is it hard to be disabled? Her question earns a dry chuckle from me. You tell me. You've been in this business a lot longer than I have. She thinks about that for another while. I don't really feel that disabled. I mean, I do pretty much everything differently, but it's not like it's not that hard. And I can always practice. I've started to practice food things this year. I think I want to learn to cook in the real kitchen someday. That's admirable, but I don't think it's just a state of mind. Maybe not to you. I have no good counter to that, so I concede by falling silent. The situation is making me more and more confused. I know what I want, but don't know how to reach it. Rin seems to believe that she can simply will herself in the shape she thinks she needs to be, but can't decide whether she wants to be a bird or a butterfly. I think in the end I'm not really that happy with who I am either. But that doesn't mean I regret being who I am. That's the thing that's wrong with you, Hisao. What about me? What the fuck are you doing? Wait, hold, what, wait, Ryan EXE has stopped working. I've only started the process. That rather blunt statement before Rin suddenly hugs me, but she has no arms. How hug? Wait, well, is she hugging me with her feet? Is she hugging me with her feet? I think she's hugging me with her feet. What's happening? What's happening? Are we about to die? Do I enact self-defense? I don't know. What are you doing? I've never been hugged by a girl with no arms before. Hisao, are you implying you've been hugged by a man with no arms? Do I call for help? What's happening? What do I do? What do I do with my hands? To be honest, it doesn't really physically feel like a hug. The awkward way she presses her body against mine and the lack of embracing arms makes it feel like she fell on top of me. But the warmth of a real hug is still there, and that's how I recognize it for what it is. I'm hugging you, Ryan. Well, now I feel conflicted on what to name this episode. I was thinking originally Summer Cold, but now it's just gonna turn into the Armless Hug. I'm not even the one being physically hugged in quotations right now, and I'm still having an anxiety attack. What do I do? Alex Jones, what do I do? I know that, but is it wrong? I thought this is what you're supposed to do. I don't know what you're supposed to do! I'm not really used to this kind of thing. The first time Emmy hugged me, I got surprised and... Oh, no. I can hear Don, Mark, Tyler, and Lindsay, Tyler's ex from college. I can hear all four of those motherfuckers laughing. They know why. They know why. They know exactly why they're laughing. I'm not going into that story. I know for a fact. I think I said this story once before in the past on what Aaron too. Aaron is also laughing. Weaver, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you getting together with Tyler and laughing about this. Fuck y'all. Fuck this. I feel personally attacked. All of a sudden, I need to get the hell. The first time Emmy hugged me, I got surprised and kicked her in the stomach. I can kick pretty hard, so she hasn't been hugging me an awful lot after that. I feel personally attacked. I feel like this got It's not wrong. No, it's just me. Things are a bit hard for me for the time being. I can't seem to react properly to anything. Really? So it is hard being disabled after all. I guess she has me cornered there. I don't have the energy to start arguing against it, but I feel like I have to get something out. Oh, well, No, it's not hard. I just think it's just me overthinking things. I really wish I didn't feel so sorry for myself all the time. I wonder if I was always this fragile, or if I became this way after my incident. Nothing has ever truly shaken my world like that before, so there's no telling. Rin presses her cheek against me tightly. I can feel the warmth of her body close against me. Her body temperature feels really high, as if she had absorbed the sunlight into herself and was now sharing it with me. Or perhaps it's a natural state for her. It's the most comforting thing I have felt in a long, long time. Wow. Your heart... Son of a bitch! This was her plot to listen to my heart! I will chuck this bitch over the fence! I can do it! She has no arms! She already looks like she's 80 pounds soaking wet. Wow, your heartbeat really does sound really weird. It's like a drunken percussion orchestra. Please don't say stuff like that. I get very uncomfortable. I laugh at her comment anyway and attempt to ease the tension. It sounds a little bit too forced. Man, I'm sorry I'm such a mess. It's okay. It's the best part of you. Hearing that doesn't make me happy. She breaks off the hug and settles down. An awkward silence falls upon us like a blanket. Me feeling embarrassed about myself, and Rin trying to arrange her expression to something she likes. One last time I glance upwards, contemplating climbing the fence and jumping off the side. This rooftop is really great. It's like I'm just a little bit closer to the sky. I know a better place, but we can't go there on lunch break. I can take you there sometime if you want. The bell rings for the beginning of the afternoon classes, and Rin stands up to make her way downstairs. I don't hurry after her, deciding to stay up there for just a little while longer. So we're just skipping school, apparently. Thanks for the hug. Thanks for not kicking me. I feel attacked! God damn you, Katawa Shoujo! Stop breaking through the fabric of time and space and peering into our world. This is not the crossover event that I hoped for. This is not the crossover event that we deserved. But we got it anyway. Son of a bitch! Shut up, Don! You piece of shit! You son of a bitch! Thanks for not kicking me. After Rin leaves, I finally let tears roll down my cheeks and cry for my condition for the first and only time in my life. Then I cast away that hollow person lying in the hospital bed forever. Are we still in Act 2? Woo-hoo! Two days later, I'm feeling less miserable, and even going for a long, brisk, healthy walk like the nurse recommended, something which I had avoided and dodged with all sorts of excuses earlier. I feel more active in class as well, delighting our science homeroom teacher, Mr. Muto, with correct and promptly delivered answers. The break right now between the two morning classes was too short for any sort of meaningful activity, but too long to just spend in sitting in the classroom and doing nothing. Going out to the hallway isn't much better. But flexing my stiffened muscles is a better use of the time than letting them get stiffer by staying seated. The door to the neighbor classroom opens up, and the students of 3-4 emerge to further fill up the already semi-crowded hallway. It seems their teacher kept them in for a few extra minutes. Emmy is among them. She notices me noticing her, which almost makes me look away on reflex. I don't, however, and Emmy smiles at me as she happily skips towards me past the other students. Emmy looks pretty energetic, showing no signs of illness whatsoever. It seems she recovered from the cold. Hey, good morning! And on that note, I'm going to end things here. I have a meeting I got to get to. If you guys liked what transpired here today, you know that drill. Give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, follow the Facebook page, hop on board the Discord, all that good shit. Spread the word of this empire. Shut up, Don. Shut up, Mark. Shut up, Aaron. Shut up, Tyler. Shut up, Irish. Shut up, Clace. Everyone shut. Everyone go home. We're done. Everyone go home. Goodbye.